Hey YouTube, under the magic apple tree again. So the question is, the UV experiment, did it work? If you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, you need to go back a couple of videos. Hey YouTube, back under the apple tree. So today's video is part 2 of UV exposed. So stay tuned and we'll find out if it worked. Okay guys, so it's been 11 days since I fitted those UVs, and I don't know if you remember, the pond was just brown, red, algified. So I'm back after 11 days. As you can see, there is a huge difference, so check this out. So there you go guys, that's 11 days. You can see down to about 4 foot. This pond is 6 foot deep. It's not perfectly clear yet, but it is clearing up. It has been 11 days. Let me take you around to give you a view from where I filmed it last time. So once the pond is clear, we are going to turn off. We're going to turn off the rest of those UVs. So all we're going to have is the 3 36 watt UVs. So successful experiment. I'm going to go into a little bit more in depth about the UVs and stuff, the new UVs versus the old UVs, which UV to buy if you are looking to get new UVs, and which ones not to buy, depending on your flow rate obviously. But I hope you can all see that that is a definite improvement in 11 days. Definite improvement in 11 days. That is serious red algae. I reckon another week and we'll be able to turn off all those 55s, and this pond should be gin clear. So let's go down and have a look in the filter room. So we're back in the filter room. One of the comments was whether this material here can take the UV. So you can literally see how much clearer that water is in there. The last time, if you compare that to the video from last time, the water was just brown. So going back to that, so the old UVs, the old 55s and the old 110 watt UVs were made of this material, so it's definitely UV stable. So I hope that answers that question. Yeah, so guys, in one of the comments, the guy was asking if the material of the Nexus was UV stable. So as you can see, these are the old UVs, and they're made of exactly the same stuff, mate. As for progression, you know, I don't think that these, excuse fingers, I don't think that these UVs are very good at all. I'm not putting anybody down. You know, if you've got a very slow flow rate, you might be fine. But if you look at this UV, it looks as if the water comes up and travels through this whole section of UV. Well, it doesn't. This bottom piece is completely empty. It's just got the, you know, the starter in there. It's literally travelling for an 1.5 inch pipe. So inside that 1.5 inch pipe, you've got a quartz sleeve and a bulb. So there's literally just no contact time whatsoever. So as for innovation and progression, I think these have gone a bit backwards. So I'm going to show you a UV that I've got at home in my garage, which is one of the old Evolution Aqua UV 110s. And you'll see the difference, the exposure is completely different. So okay guys, so this is the old Evolution Aqua 110. So as you can see, it's got the two 55s running through it. You've got your entry, your exit, whichever, vice versa, doesn't really matter. But my point is that whichever way the water travels, this whole unit fills up with water as it goes through, so it's got a lot more exposure time. And the old 55s were the same, but obviously it was only sort of that size. So, but yeah, it is all about exposure. So if you've got fast flow rates, you really need a bigger UV. So I recommend, if you've got one of these, keep on top of it. You know, you can buy all the parts for them, that's not a problem. What I'd say is better than this is the TMC 110. But like I say, they've got like 3-inch pipe, whereas, you know, the new ones, it's 1.5-inch pipe or 2-inch pipe maximum. So yeah, the TMC 110, one of these old Evolution Aqua 110s, is definitely the way forward, or even the old 55. So if you can get your hands on one of these, keep hold of it, guys. Top tip from the lad. If anyone's struggling with green cloudy water because of the temperature of the water, because of the amount of daylight we're getting, because of the amount of sunlight we're getting, the reason for it is there's just not enough exposure, and your water's travelling far too fast through the UVs, and it's just not getting rid of the algae. So experiment is almost complete. We're going to let this run. We're going to let this run for another week. Look at that, guys. We're going to let this run for another week, and then I'm going to come back and we are going to turn off all the other 9 UVs, and then we'll come back 2 weeks later just to check that the three 36 watt UVs can keep this 26,000 gallon pond clear. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I'll be popping up another one in a couple of weeks time just to show the progress after we've turned the UVs off. And yeah, I went to a customer today. You can scroll through the videos. It's a pond that we built a few years ago now, but I just did a little revisit, dropped off some food and took some footage of it. So it's about 1.5 minutes of a pond 3 years later, how it's matured, and it looks great. So thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, take care of your koi, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers guys.